in this reading, it's going to be it's called Pinocchio's Truthfulness spread, and it's going to be on, well, the truth of things, on lies, if there's lies or not. You know, Pinocchio's nose. So I've been taking my tarot cards from this little deck. It keeps getting smaller because the ones that I've already used and made readings on, I've been leaving out of the deck. So what tarot deck should we use for this reading? And then I will disappear as I'll pause it and prep my decks once we figure out which decks we're using. What deck should we use for Pinocchios? See, I can't read from books because I can't even speak without messing up. The One World Tarot, which I might have to censor, which is fine. I don't think there's a whole lot in there. Anyways, I like that tarot. It's got a good book. I like the explanations in it. And then what oracle deck should we use for clarification? Just one, please. Okay. Is what it is. All right, I'll be right back. Also, I apologize if you think the lighting is poor. I don't really enjoy my ring light. It hurts my eyeballs. It gives me a headache. So I try to not have to use it if I don't have to use it. I got tons of sunshine coming in my house, but I know it's not the same as having a ring light focus completely straight down on me. Also, it's snowing again, and I'm so done with it. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's get back to your Pinocchio reading. First question, is someone that the collective knows lying to them? I'm just gonna flip it over. Is the collective lying to themselves? Third question, what is the collective's biggest rationalization for something they failed to do? Scooch over. Fourth question, why is the truth important? Fifth question, how does the collective get to the truth of their situation? Okay. Put it like that since that's the way it came out. Sorry, I thought somebody was pulling into my driveway. What action does the collective need to take? Thank you. I'm just gonna put these. On the bottom we have the Hermit, that's going within, getting away from people and figuring out what it is that's going on inside of your head and your heart. Getting to the truth of yourself, getting to your truth. Okay. First question, is someone you know lying to you? And we got the Hermit again. Funny. So again, going within, finding the truth. And that's a no. So I honor my spiritual self. I guess people around you are honoring their spiritual selves. They are going within, and they are not lying to you. It says soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, inner guidance, solitude, sanctuary, the process of searching for deeper truths, the currents of universal being flow through me. Patience is a virtue. So I guess if you feel like someone is keeping to themselves, you may feel like they're hiding something, but they're not. They're just trying to get to their own truth. Are you lying to yourself? We got the Ten of Wands, which is a burden, but it's like the end of the burden. It's when you're figuring out what works for you and what doesn't, but that's a no. You're not lying to yourself. Again, you're just kind of realizing what's a burden to carry. You may be just now realizing what's a burden. We've got overburdened, overloaded, responsibilities, stress, problems, weight on shoulders, duty, drudgery, obligation, saddled, restricted, burning out, uphill struggle, taken for granted, taken on too much, and delays. So again, you're not lying to yourself, you're just a bit overburdened. And if you haven't figured out what is overburdening you, I cannot speak today. This may be a time for you to become the hermit and to go within and figure out what it is you can let go of. You don't need all these sticks. Get rid of them. Some of them. Especially the heavy ones. But that's good news so far. At least there's honesty in your life. Not everybody can say that. What is your biggest rationalization for something that you failed to do? Oh, 7 of Cups. It's just too many options. So maybe with all these burdens, you forgot to do something. And it was because you just had too many things. Or you're just daydreaming. But generally it's a lot of options. And not knowing what choice to make. That's your biggest rationalization for not doing something. Why is truth important? We have the Ace of Wands, which typically means like courage and action. Let's read that from the book for you. Not the whole thing, because it's got a lot of interesting. We'll get to that in a moment. Creative beginnings, power, enthusiasm, energy, and passion. The Ace of Wands is a card. Oh, the Ace of Wands card is all about power and potential. The wands are very direct due to their fire energy. Fire can be a positive force. People have always been drawn to fire. It radiates warmth, cooks food, and lights the way. Stories are told around the fire. The Ace of Wands brings people together for a common goal. The green leaves on the staff indicate new beginnings, new shoots that can lead to bigger things. It's like a green light to get on with important projects. The mountains in the background represents goals to be reached. The castle signifies you are on solid ground here. You have the resources and can move forward. In each ace card, a hand emerges from a cloud. This wand is held by a masculine hand, its grip confirming the directness of the wand's fire energy. So essentially, this is starting something, building a foundation. And like it said, the castle is back there saying that, this is a sturdy foundation. And if you don't have truth, you're not going to have a sturdy foundation. You need truth so that way everything that you start brand new can actually live up to the potential that it has. Because if you start out in lies, you build a house of lies, it's probably going to burn down. So, yeah. The truth is important so that you build on strong foundations. How do you get to the truth of your situation? We got the Knight of Wands, which is action, fast movement. And then we got the World, which is completion. So, Knight of Wands. Enthusiasm, motivation, taking action, confidence, courage, and stamina. So maybe it's having, I have to censor this one, the stamina to complete something. You get to the truth of your situation by having the courage and stamina to actually finish whatever it is. Whatever it was you started. You got to complete it. And you have to be brave enough to actually complete it. Don't start a ton of projects that you can't finish. Let's make sure, pop that up there so we don't see nothing we shouldn't be seeing. And what action do you need to take? Two of Pentacles, which is balancing responsibilities and fun. I will read the quick little description in the book. I love when I'm flipping the wrong way and I know I'm flipping the wrong way and then I just keep doing it. An object in motion stays in motion. Two of Pentacles. We have balance, duality, multitasking, and manipulation. Personal view. Do you feel like your life is a juggling act? This card might represent two projects you are taking on at work or two jobs. You could be balancing multiple responsibilities or obligations. You may be concerned that you could drop the ball due to taking on too many things at once. On the upside, this card can mean that you see both sides of a situation. Pentacles also represent our values, so the Two of Pentacles can indicate that you hold two or more things in high regard, like work, relationships, or caregiving responsibilities. This card challenges you to let go of whatever is consuming your energy and focus your attention in one direction. Unfortunately, this card can also imply that some degree of manipulation is occurring at work or at home. If you're honest, perhaps you may be manipulating or taking advantage of someone for your own personal benefit. I like how in this description it's saying if you're being honest, and this whole thing is about the truth. But we did get that you're not lying to yourself right now, so that's good. So maybe you're not, let's say you're not taking advantage of someone else. But maybe somebody's taking advantage of you, and that's why you're having a hard time balancing. I know you're hungry, buddy, but you don't eat for another hour and 26 minutes. Sorry, I tend to mimic my cat's meows. They're real fun. But yeah, so you need to find balance. Instead of juggling things, you need to be able to just put something down and focus on one thing, it said. In order, that's the action you need to take, is to balance things out. Instead of juggling things, actually balance them. And I said interesting earlier because whenever I went to pick up the book, two cards were left behind, which mean they weren't shuffled. They got stuck to the book. This is a different kind of thing, and the book goes right in here, and the cards are just kind of loose. And so two cards were stuck to the book, and they popped out when I went to, I don't know, was it to read the Ace of Wands? So that was number 4. Why is truth so important? And we said, you got to build foundations on the truth. Like, you got to start your projects and everything. If you don't start something with the truth, it's not going to end with the truth, which means it's not going to end well. So that's why the truth is important. And then the cards that got left behind were the Six of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So I think we'll just kind of expand on that since that's where they came out. And the Six of Wands is victory. And then the Knight of Cups, he's a romantic, someone who's kind of more in love with the idea of love than love itself. Cups. Knight. So the Knight of Cups is idealism, romance, beauty, art, charm, flirtation, emotional offer, or opportunity. I'm still going with, like, in order to have a successful, maybe this is in order to have a successful romance, successful art project, successful charming and flirtation, successful emotional offer or opportunity. In order to be successful at stuff that you want to build, you have to have truth. That's why the truth is important. Yeah. All right. That's all I have for you. I didn't really feel like we needed the clarification anywhere. I feel like the cards basically said it all. One of my shortest readings ever. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and I hope that the people in your life continue to be truthful with you, and that you continue to be truthful with yourself. Congratulations on having a life where people are honest with you, and also with being honest with yourself. It's a lot more than some people can say, so I'm proud of you. Anyways, I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful month, a beautiful life. I love you, and goodbye.